Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sibian Mtandazo. First, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and all the notification gang guys. Your love and support is appreciated very much. So I'm saying mwah, mwah to you guys. Love you lots. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope to keep you entertained, and I hope we welcome you basically to the family. Yeah, so as you guys know, I started my first year of work series. My last video was me discussing how I spent my first salary. Today's video, I'm just gonna be, yeah, I don't know what's happening with my screen, but anyway, it felt weird. So today I am just gonna be sharing with you guys how I ended up overspending my money. So as I said, let me explain again. My first year of work, so my first 6 months of work, I wasn't paying for rent. So no rent, no electricity, no nothing, no car installment. The only thing I was basically paying for was groceries and transport. Just two. Those are the only things I was paying for. Groceries and transport. So obviously, being your first year of work, being young like myself, you're bound to make those mistakes where you like end up overspending your money, not seeing where it's going, and like come third month you're sitting and you're like, hey man, what did I do with my money? Like I've got no money, I've got nothing to show for it, what's going on type of thing. So yeah, so I'll be telling you how I realized that I was overspending my money. So the first thing that happened was I was in a new area. So as you guys know, I was in PE. Girls, it was my first time out of the province. No, second time. The first time was when I was still in varsity, but that was like what 2 weeks, guys. It was basically for the pillow paper train, but like I don't even think that should count. So it was my first time officially out of the province. Living in a totally different province. So for me, it was like, yay, it was like a mini vacation. So I would go to like the different places. I could end up paying for, because I didn't have transport, end up paying for Uber for such long distances because you just want to go there, you just want to see the place. So I spent lots of money on Uber. And then I spent lots of money on food because I kept trying out different restaurants, in different areas, and I also spent a lot of money moving from town to town. So PE is very beautiful, guys. They have really beautiful beaches. So we spent a lot of money going to the different beaches, just visiting the beach. You go there, you take pictures, you stay for like an hour or two, and then next thing you know, you're hungry. And then next thing you know, you trying out a different restaurant because obviously there's going to be your KFC, your Steers, but you're just like, no man, I'm so used to that. Let me try something new. You get into a new restaurant and then come the menu and you're like, whoa. And then you remember, ah man, you know what? I have the money. Let me just, spoil you. That's the thing I kept saying. I'm like, okay, you know what? Spoil yourself, girl. So you end up buying like unnecessary things, like going into like expensive restaurants just because you're like, you know what, I can afford it. And you know what, I'm spoiling myself. It's gonna be like this once, what. And it's never once, hey? I won't lie to you. It's never once. Like it's the first one. And then you go to the next beach and then you're like, ah man, I don't know this restaurant. It looks so fun. And then you ask around and people be like, best restaurant is that one. And you get there and the bill, guys, not even the bill, the menu, you're like, I think I'll just order something to drink. And then your pride is like, but you're hungry and you're trying something new and you're in a new area, so why not? And you can afford it. So you end up spending so much money. I spent so much money on food, guys. So much money on food and just traveling around PE. Just traveling around PE. It was great. I won't lie. It was an amazing experience. I loved every minute of it. But after 3 months of me being in PE, I sat down with myself. I looked at my finances. I'm like, shit. Like, what the hell, girl? You spending so much money on food and travels. But then my pride kept saying, ah, man, when I gaily. You can afford it. Because as I said, I wasn't paying rent. So imagine your rent money just like sitting there doing nothing. I did save some of it because I was taught to save at a very, very young age. I did save some of it. I won't lie, I did save. But I spent most of my money on just food. I spent most of my money going out. I spent most of my money. I used to move down like to KZN and PE like I was driving, guys. Like transport, like flights were free. And bear in mind, flights to PE are like not even like 800 rands. So like one point something something with some change. It's like 1,000 rands and some change. But I would go for like, I remember I went for my friend's birthday weekend, and then I went again for my family's weekend away. And then guys, like I went back home for so many unnecessary things. Like honestly, I went back home for so many unnecessary things that when I look back, I'm like, you should have just stayed in PE. You were gonna be fine. You were gonna be fine. And then I went out a lot. I can't emphasize that enough. I went to like different restaurants, tried different foods, tried different cakes. PE is just a vacation, guys. Like when you there, you are like vacay mode, and then you look at your bank account and you're just like, ugh, you know what? I've got money to supply myself. Let me just do it. Like just do it. So that was me. I spent most of my money, as I said, on food. I spent most of my money on clothes. There's clothes, like who buys clothes by the beach, guys? What the hell? If there's shops by the beach, those shops are not cheap. But you go there and you go and buy clothes. And guys, I think it's also pride and ego. So when I'm working, I'm getting a salary. No one's gonna tell me what to do with my salary. I do what I want. That's what I did for the first, I think, 4 months. Because then after the third month, I was like, something is fishy. What's happening with my finances? And then I realized, you know what, girl? Right now, you've reached a level where you're just overspending your money on unnecessary things. Things you can actually cut off and you'll still be fine without. But it took me very long, guys. So 3 months of just like spending money however you wanted, spending money with no budget, spending money with nothing, like nothing, Jay, no plan. You just, Jay, going with the flow, you flowing with the waters, flowing like the waters in the river. That was me. I'm just like, okay, fine. You know what? I got the money. I want this. And I did it. And I was happy. I was like, you know what? As long as it makes me happy, I'm spending my own money. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. But then after the 3 months, it hit me hard because I was like, Jesus, no, man, this is bad. This is like really, really, really bad. But overall, guys, overspending is not good. I won't lie to you. I think in my next video, I'll show you guys how I actually draw up my budget, because after I realized that I was overspending my money on things that were not necessarily necessary, I then set myself down and I was like, okay, you know what? We need to instill some self-discipline. We are going to draw a budget each month and you are going to actually follow that budget. And then with the excess money, then you can take maybe like a certain percentage of that money and then you can spend it however you want to. But it took me 3 months, guys. 3 months to actually realize that I was overspending. It took me 3 months. So it may take some people longer. Some people, so they have this thing called lifestyle inflation. That's what hit me. Because when you moving from being a student to working in a government institution for only 3 weeks and only getting paid like 70 rands or 60 rands an hour, it's not the same as when you're now moving to the adult world and you're actually working like you have a proper job. It's not the same. And believe me, lifestyle inflation will happen automatically because all of a sudden you're going to be like, oh, so before I was doing groceries for 1,000 rands, now I all of a sudden have like an extra 1,000 rand, so why am I not doing groceries for 2,000 rand? You're gonna be like, oh, okay, I used to buy myself clothes every 2 months because then I would have saved enough money to buy myself decent clothes. Now you have the money and you're gonna be like, oh, then why not use it? And then you're like, oh, I used to go out maybe like once a month or like twice a month or even less than that. But now that you've got the money at your disposal, everything is just gonna go like your standards are gonna go. You're not gonna want to eat like KFC food anymore. You're not gonna want like chicken again. Now you're gonna want to eat like in a custom like restaurant, type of thing. So the one thing I learned is that watch your spending, because overspending is it's a problem, and watch lifestyle inflation, guys. I'm not saying be a minimalist even when you've got the money to actually live a better life and to actually live like according to your standards, but I think be realistic with your standards. Don't set them too high. Another thing is budget. I can't stress that enough. Just budget, because the reason why I was just splurging on anything and everything in front of me is because I had no budget. So I was just like doing as I wanted, just do as you please. And then 3 months down the line, I look back and I'm like, so much money has came into my accounts and actually went out, and I haven't saved enough money. I didn't have even like a proper savings account. I only had to open the savings account after the 3 months. I had a savings account, but like it was not proper, because I would like save the money, and then whenever I needed it, was just go like and dig and go spend it somewhere else for something else, which was not really necessary. So yeah, all I'm gonna say is overspending is not bad, but if you have the money to overspend, if you have maybe that extra income stream that's actually going to pay for all your extra spendings and your extras that you want in life, then it's fine. But if you're still using that one salary, guys, if you're still using that one salary for everything, make sure you have that budget. Make sure. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button. Don't forget to like and to share with your family and friends.